grade, one last mixed number strategy here for you today, just in case the other ones just aren't quite your thing or you need something else to double check. One more tool for your toolkit. It's going to be the improper fraction strategy. Works for adding or subtracting mixed numbers, either one. So, mark this as the title on your next page, and mark it with your pencil and close it up when you are all done. Alright, so when we've added and subtracted mixed numbers so far, 3 strategies we've learned so far. One was arithmetic. Sometimes that works. Sometimes not. Remember, sometimes we'd run into issues like this, where you couldn't take 2/3 away from 1/3. So sometimes this one works, not always. But either way, we could always fall back on models, where we actually drew the fraction bars and added or subtracted them. And we also had number line strategies either way. And hopefully at least one, even better if it's more than one of these. It's not a good +1. Hopefully at least one of these strategies, hopefully all these strategies work well for you. But just in case, I want to show you one more strategy today. Alright, so let's look at this one. 3 1/3 minus 2 2/3. This is one of those arithmetic doesn't work too well problems. So one other strategy I want to give you is what you can do to make this real easy is you can turn these both into improper fractions. And if you do, they're really easy to deal with. So what I'm going to do, so remember an improper fraction is a fraction like this, where the numerator is more than the denominator, right? So when I look at 3 1/3, what I'm going to think to myself is, well, each whole is 3/3, right? So this is 3. 1, 2, 3. So, it's 3 different wholes of 3/3, right? Plus this other 1/3. So this is like 3/3 and 3/3 and 3/3. There's my 3. 1, 2, 3. Plus 3/3. So it's like, to change it into an improper fraction, I'm thinking like 3/3 for a whole. 2, 3, there's my 3, plus 1 more third. All together gives me 3, 6, 9, 10 thirds. So I can turn that mixed number, 3 1/3, into that improper fraction. 3/3 makes 1, 6/3 makes 2, 9/3 makes 3, and this 1 extra third. And I can do that with this one too, right? This only has 2 in the whole. So 3/3 1, 3/3 2, plus the other 2/3. So that's like 3/3 plus 3/3. There's my 2 plus the 2/3. So that's 3, 6, 8/3. And so now that's kind of easy to do. So while this might be a little tricky because of my arithmetic problem, if I turn this into this improper fraction, and this into this improper fraction, well, these are really easy to subtract. I can look at those and say 10/3 minus 8/3 is 2/3. And if that's 2/3, then the answer to this is 2/3 as well. So that's the strategy. You take each number, each mixed number, turn it into an improper fraction, and then the math's pretty easy to do. Alright, open your math notebook. Let's do one together. Alright, let's go 2 3/5 plus 1 4/5. And I know you can do this with your other strategies. Just want to teach you one more for your toolbox. So my strategy here is going to be to turn this into an improper fraction. And this into an improper fraction. Alright, and so I'm going to think of this. This is fifths, so I'm dealing with fifths. So over here, the 2, each one of those two is 5/5. That's 1 whole plus 1 whole. If you want to even make a note of it. That's my 2 wholes. Plus another 3/5. Whole, 3/5. And 5/5, oops, I didn't write 5 there, sorry. 5/5 plus 5/5 is 10/5, plus 3 more fifths is 13/5. Alright? And then over here, I only have 1 whole. So that's like saying 5/5, there's my 1. Plus the other 3/5 makes 8/5. And now those are pretty easy to add together. When I don't have the mix and the whole, it's easy to add my improper fractions and know that that is 21/5. And that's fine with me if you were to just stop there and say, okay, well, I'm just going to stop at an improper fraction. If you wanted to turn this back into a mixed number, you could. 5/5 makes 1, which means 10/5 makes 2, which means 15/5 makes 3, which means 20/5 makes 4. So it looks like we have 4 wholes and 1 more fifth. And that'd be okay too. I wouldn't mind if you wrote it this way. I wouldn't mind if you wrote it this way. If you like this strategy, it's fine to leave your answer as an improper fraction, unless the question says, please write it as a mixed number. Alright, so that's just one more strategy for your toolbox. Take your mixed numbers, turn them into improper fractions, and then add those up or subtract those. Okay? So this was a short video, just 2 quick examples. Please go watch them again if you're a little bit confused after seeing them twice. Hopefully a second time through will help you understand. Once you've got this written down and you totally understand what it is and why you do, then you're all set for class tomorrow, and I will see you then.